Hello ladies, welcome once again. So we are back with yet another episode of She Leads Business. Finding right talent for your company is a struggle for companies all across sectors. However, when you are a startup or you are starting your business, you are a new entrepreneur, there are different nuances of finding right people to fit into the right jobs. To discuss that with us, I have with me Vishwapriya Kochar, co-founder of BlewMinds. I have Rita Shah, who happens to be a women empowerment coach, director of Crest Education, and she's also on board with different organizations like Shimaru Entertainment. We have Sangeeta Khushlani, founder and CEO of Excellent Technology and Solutions Private Limited. Welcome ladies.
Thank you so much.
It's so nice to see you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So beginning with you, Vishwapriya, you work in consulting space. According to you, what are some of the challenges of startups when it comes to finding the right talent?
Wow. Thank you for that question. I think this is something that I've been battling with for the last 1.5 years, and I've been in HR roles for 17 years. And I see the differences in the nuances of hiring people and retaining them. I tried to put an acronym together. So if you think of TGIF, thank God it's Friday. I think I could probably leave that behind today. T could be in terms of time, and I'll elaborate that in a bit. G could be growth, I could be investment, and F could be funding. If you look at the startup environment really today, for example, my organization is bootstrapped. We've consciously made the decision not to even look at seed funding because we want to keep the control to ourselves and also build a culture which works for us. From that perspective, I think those who want to look at a career today in organizations, there is a world of instant gratification. So time really. They want to do things quickly, they want results quickly. Youngsters today, millennials and then zillennials also. Second is growth. Startup has to go through its curve. You can't hurry that. It's like having a baby being born in 3 months and 6 months. You will probably have to incubate the little thing. I mean, it's not going to be active and normal.
Absolutely.
They're not willing to wait that out. Then is the I, which is the investment. The entire startup culture, and when I say investment, I'm not talking about the monetary aspect of it. I'm talking about these individuals wanting to stay invested in an organization. Again, your instant gratification plays. And of course, funding. You only have as much in your kitty. You would rather, and this is something that I figured out for myself, I would rather have niche, top-notch 20 people rather than having 100 very average people. So I think the challenge is about finding those who want to stay invested in this course, make a difference and believe that this organization is mine and it's not another in transit. That's where I think the struggle is. I hope this kind of gives a context to some of the challenges that startups face today.
So as you said, that you'll rather have 20 top-notch people rather than having a team of 100 people.
Absolutely.
However, while you are, these top-notch people come at a cost.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and what should these startups do to make sure that you can afford the challenge?
A lot of things really, Sarita. I think one is, if I were to bucket it to make it simple for our viewers, one could be the entire emotional aspect, which is a non-monetary aspect. Giving them a sense of belonging, love, a family environment. Because a startup is small, it's very niche. And you will see, and I've done a lot of research before I actually kicked the bucket on my corporate career. I struggled, I was too chicken to leave a steady paying job and move into, okay, so when is the universe going to get generous kind of a scenario. I think one, give them an environment of psychological safety, job security, maybe show them their growth path better, could be regular, maybe increases project-based incentive. So I think it has to be a combination of emotional, which is non-monetary, and then monetary. Also very important is to hire the right kind of people. I've become a lot more careful about this. I went on a spree initially. Then I had some of them branching out of our organization and running away with some of my proprietary pieces. I learnt my lesson. I watch for humility, hunger for learning. Their priority has to be learning. So your mindset is focused on learning and not on money. Does it help?
It does. It does. However, I mean, we all have our own experiences, and
Absolutely.
I think I typically come across a lot of women entrepreneurs who say that even if we pay very high and
Yeah.
if we give good culture, yet someone who has to leave leaves.
Yeah.
So there is no there is no perfect scenario or a perfect thing that you can do. But however, if you employ all these things that you have mentioned, it will help you. I hope you are taking notes. Sangeeta. Sangeeta, when you started your company, what were the challenges that you faced?
In terms of hiring people, if I talk about, I have been the most luckiest person on this planet, because the first person I hired 12 years ago, he's currently also working with me, and he is like a right hand to me now. I can completely rely on him as long as my finances are concerned, or if it is my team management is concerned. So I would like to say that there are few people, those who are actually lucky and get some nice people. I have always given opportunity to the people, those who were looking forward for jobs. Believe me, I have never hunted for anybody. I have never advertised anywhere that I wanted to hire somebody. I don't have any role for anyone, but I was so lucky that people were so happy and satisfied whenever there was a need, and whenever somebody came with their requirement, ma'am, I'm looking forward for a job. I have recently done a Jet King course, and if you can hire me, I was more than happy in hiring him. I said, I love to hire intelligent people. I love hardworking people. I know how I can modify them, how I can educate them and train them according to my requirements. And believe me, that was the wonderful formula which worked for me. Today also, if I talk about, the people, those who have worked with me, are working as a gazetted officer in few organizations, and it feels so proud. I am so proud of them, and believe me, I'm not sad about the fact that they left me. Even I was the one who was there to guide them, that you should, rather than sticking to one organization, you should have a zeal to do something in life. Whatever I could give you, educate you, train you and help you with, I have already done my part. And in case, if you can get something better than this, I will be the most happiest person on this planet to give you that career path. And believe me, wherever they go, they acknowledge this and they respect me for the same thing. And when I have a hunger to grow in my life, why should I become a hindrance for someone's growth?
So that's really nice. I mean, that's something different that I'm hearing after a very long time, because I often hear specifically women entrepreneurs crib a lot about people coming and leaving, and wherein you are really happy that they made their path ahead and they learned whatever they could from you. And I think that's a great perspective to learn, ladies. You can't have a hold on their destinies. You can't have a hold on how they will shape up their careers. I think the only thing that you can do is to contribute your best in their careers and realize that they're also there, as Vishpriya also mentioned, they're there to learn something. If you can connect that and create a path for them, that's all the more better for you. You will have people who might not even leave you after 12 years.
I would like to add on something here. That there are people currently also, if I add on, I have got a team of 9 boys, and most of them are 5 to 6 year old. There were hardly anybody in the organization, but every summer vacation I keep hiring interns, and they give me so much of fresh information. So they always just come for 20 days or 30 days, but they come with such a positive energy. They motivate the entire team of ours. Sometime I ask them to help me on social media, sometime I'm giving them some telecalling job and all. So but it motivates even my existing team, because the intern comes with positive energy and positive thoughts and new ideas, and they're bubbling with the this thing, and they don't want any money from you, but they really want to perform well. They really want to show that they have got the talent and they can contribute within this 20 days. They ensure that they are adding some value to your business.
That's fantastic.
I want to just add into what Sangeeta mentioned, because this is an experience that I had myself, and a little bit of sexism here. I've seen that women, especially the younger girls, there is a lot more of honesty, hardworking ability, authenticity. And I didn't experience this as much in your corporate world, because there is a whole lot of talk of diversity. But I see the sense of uprightness, the passion that you spoke that these interns have. We do something similar in terms of interns, maybe briefly 2-3 months. I see there is a distinct difference there. So somewhere helping these individuals move away with better CVs, but kind of help them build their careers, their perspectives, their life, vision. I think there is a sense of satisfaction that you also have when you get these younger lot.
Undoubtedly, because that's what matters. If we have grown with time, we should be happy in looking at them that they are doing so well. And I think rather than the bank accounts and my assets, the valuable asset I'm holding, the monetary asset, if I talk about, I feel those are better asset for me. Those who are spreading that positivity in the entire environment, and they are also working the similar direction. Their thought process is also same, that they should not be treating their subordinates or somebody in such a way that they help them in scaling up and training them and guiding them that if we have reached to a certain level, how you can reach to that level.
Fantastic. Rita?
Yes.
Rita, you coach a lot of women, and I'm sure some of them would be women entrepreneurs as well. And quite many times you face this challenge of not being able to find the right kind of people. What advice would you give to these women or the entrepreneurs per se to overcome this challenge?
So one of the reasons why there is a gap between what they want and what they get is because they are not themselves very clear exactly what they want. So first thing is, having a clarity in any area is very, very important. What kind of person are you looking out for? What is the objective? What kind of job role? What are you ready to give? Because one of the challenge with startups also is the finance as a constraint. So when you are hiring a talent, I understand you can't match up the market rate. But then if it is going to be too low, then somebody would not want to take it up. I mean, one of the most important reward a person looks into when they look for the first job is financial reward. On the other hand, if you can show the growth in the organization, learn and grow with the organization, what is it that they will develop in their skill set? What is it that they will learn out of it, and how can they grow as the organization grows? Then this gap is bridged very well. I work with a lot of women entrepreneurs, and one of the best way that they recruit is through their networks, and a lot of women who are qualified but not working, for some reason given up, and want to restart. They are far more talented, wanting a break, are not looking for money per se, but are really looking for a break and growth. So that is a very big pool that women entrepreneurs tap into, and which is very favorable for them.
Yeah, perfect, Rita. I think I really like the point you begin with, which is while you are looking at people, you have to be very clear about what kind of profiles you are looking for. What is that, what are those few skills, not all, which if they satisfy, it's good enough to have them. If there is any evidence in their performance which shows that they can prove that, that's awesome tip, Rita. I think another very, very important point that you have hit is finding from where to find the people you are looking for. Not necessarily that you have to see the job sites and all. You can always figure out what kind of role is perfect or what kind of person would fit into this role, and you can network and understand who will fit into the role. Excellent tips. Yeah.
One more thing I like to add here is one of the important thing is to share your own vision and your growth path with people who potentially want to work with. Because if women entrepreneurs can share what are they looking forward to and how are they going to impact the society, the world, and what is their vision, that adds up for people who are like-minded, or people who get inspired by their cause or vision to get started with these people.
Very well said. Very well said. Vishnupriya, a lot of time why these startups are not being able to find right people is because they do not have big HR teams or an HR person. especially while you are in your initial journey, you may just have a limited team. And because you don't have that, you do not follow a proper recruitment process, and somewhere like you are the person sitting at the helm of the affairs, and you are also trying to do the interviews and all, and the process is quite haywire.
Right.
What are your suggestions on that?
I continue running internal HR, for BlewMinds myself. So this is a challenge that you have to face as a founder. What can probably be done, and this is something that I figured out will help me. Some small induction onboarding kind of processes for an individual who comes on board. Before that, you might want to have extensive conversations with them to figure out if they are the right fit. You could probably have one person dovetailing the internal and the external HR role, someone who has the people skills within the team, who enjoys bringing others on board. But ultimately, the call rests with me and the founder. So maybe bringing in processes, having the right conversations with them initially. You can allocate 1 or 2 people to do this apart from other things, to be your internal people champion, and definitely meet them face to face. A lot of organizations today work virtually. Yeah. They are spread all over the world. Maybe if possible physical face to face, or could be virtual face to face, but definitely take enough time to experience the person. So in a nutshell, I do a lot of internal HR for the organization, but it is very, very important to apply enough due diligence and have a small role carved out for someone before they get someone on board. That will also help them move seamlessly. It could, this person could dovetail as a buddy, as a kind of a quasi mentor, take them through what happens, who are the clients, how to go about it, give them the collaterals, but someone has to kind of lead the path.
Yeah, very nicely said. I think while you are recruiting, what I understand from you is find out someone within the team who can help you with the process. So you don't have to take it on all yourself. Find somebody who can help you, who has got some people,
someone who understands the culture of the organization like the way you do, because
right.
those are exactly the kind of people that you'll be bringing on board.
Absolutely. And make sure that you do meet the person face to face before hiring them, and have experienced what kind of people they are. Don't hire people in hurry is what I've understood.
Oh yes,
from it.
thank you so much. I learned that the hard way. I embraced everyone who wanted to be. BlewMinds as an organization has a lot of social media presence. So then a lot of youngsters, want to be attached with, all the hullabaloo that they see. But life for an entrepreneur, for a startup, is very, very different.
Absolutely.
So there is a very different side to it, which they are not, kind of aware of when they come in. So this definitely helps. You hit the nail there.
Right. And once you have recruited them, make sure that you have a small induction process. Yeah. There is somebody who is, making them aware about all the policies, all the people, clients, everything. And don't feel that this wastes time, or this, the resource is supposed to be doing something else. This is very critical, and understand that this is gonna go a long way in building the relationship with the new recruitee.
You really have to set them up for success, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I would like to add in here, every organization has to be a process driven. It should not be a person driven. So even if a person skips or he moves ahead in life, the process has to be so accurate and perfect that anybody who is coming and taking another role will be able to take that path easily, because the processes are already in place. The only person is replaced. So the person can be taught that how to follow this process. It's not at all difficult. But every entrepreneur, like this is my a small tip to every entrepreneur, that if you're hiring somebody or whatever is the structure of your organization, your organization should run a process driven, not a person driven. And if it is a person driven, you should have that also, that the role of that person so clearly written that or you should have some subordinate who can immediately take over that place, that empty space, because it's extremely important, because we do not have a lot of people working for us. There's a small team. If I talk about my organization, we have hardly 12 boys right now. So with this small team of 12, even if one skips, so we have to fill that gap immediately. So I think if the processes are rightly placed, you can do anything.
Thank you for
that's
saying that,
a very
Sangeeta.
valid point.
I'd like to add here, something that worked for me, I think, is being an HR person for 16, 17 years. The first thing that I did was, when I started the outfit, was to create client collaterals, decks, induction processes, an Excel, a simple Excel saying day 1 this is what we'll do, day 2 this is what we'll do. This actually helps me. What you said is really accurate. As the person moves on, I can seamlessly have an hour or 2 conversation with another sharp mind and say these are the set of onboarding collaterals, and you can pick that up and run from there. So pretty much agree with that.
It's a good point. I think if you make your even HR and recruitment, everything process driven, it will help you rather than being person driven. Very valid point, Sangeeta. Sangeeta, you have a good team of professionals right now. Okay, what are your, do you have any challenges in terms of recruitment, or they staying within your team for good duration, or no? I mean, you don't find any such thing?
No, I have got the other problem right now, because the people, those who joined me at an early stage as a field boy or a delivery boy, they have been staying with me for such a long time that I need to give them growth. I need to show them that, how can I elevate their level. In terms of monetary, I can anytime, raise their salaries, but I have to give them the job which they justify for that salary.
Yeah.
So that's most important. I'm sorry, I just missed the question.
Yeah,
So,
what are your current challenges in
so
terms of
current challenges,
human
this is
resource?
one challenge which is I'm feeling right now, because they have grown, their caliber and technical skills have are there in place, but they are not so comfortable, I cannot send them to in the market straight away for any sales call or something. So yes, I have been struggling to find good sales people. Unfortunately, nobody wants to join sales. I am really shocked to see the top position of any organization. If you see the pyramid of any organization, the CEO or the COO of any organization, you will not find from the finance background. You won't find it from the technical background. They are always from the marketing background. And still, there are, the new people, those who are coming up, if you offer them anything which is related to sales, I said, no ma'am, I cannot handle sales. I said, I can only do this. I can't do that. I can handle, I have done my MBA in finance, so I'll be more happy doing the finance, this thing. They are not willing to go out. I recall my days. I started in 1994 as a salesperson, and for a good 13 years I have worked in the industry, and I have not met anybody else till now who has got the same zeal and energy to be out in the field and explore the whole stuff, meeting so many people every day and exploring your products, and just giving them lots of information about your, and when you talk about your products, I feel that I'm so passionate. I'm talking about my product. I know the audience can connect with me. My customer can connect that, how positive I'm talking about my product. So which, converts the sales very easily. But that's what I feel that it is currently missing. People are not ready to take the challenging jobs. They want comfortable jobs. People have entered into their comfort zones. They do not want to step out in 45-degree temperature, and they really don't want to do this. So that's something which is like, I really don't know how to match up with this, but still given the opportunity today also, even if I have to make a cold call, I have to go somewhere and meet a client, I always do it. But in case I tell the same thing to my marketing team, they take at least 4 telephone calls first, and then they, feel comfortable in meeting the client. Wherein, I am the other kind of a person, on first conversation, I'll fix up the appointment, I'll straight away go and meet. So that's what my mantra of, closing the deals.
Quite a big challenge. Rita,
Yes.
you yourself has been in sales for many years. And this is a typical, challenge that I come across with my coaches as well. It's easier to find people for other profiles than it is for sales. However, sales is the highest paying job that one can do, and the rewards are like unlimited when you are into sales. Besides, the tangible and intangible rewards, you also have kind of, you become a different personality when you are selling stuff over a period of time. So how do we deal with this challenge?
So first of all, understand why people are not very comfortable in sales. Because for most of the people, the self-belief on themselves, their self-image is not very, very big, especially when they are beginning their career. And second important thing, sales means a lot of rejections. Sales means a lot of no. Now, when you have your self-image very low, and if you see rejections coming in, you're not in a position to handle that no. So one of the most important thing for somebody who would like to build up their career or grow in the career is, take them to sales in a phased manner. I mean, give them sales, but don't dump on the sales right from day one. They have to be trained. They have to be well groomed. Selling is not just making call and saying, do you want to buy it? It's developing the rapport. So what I do is I work with people and work on how can they have a greater self-image and a mindset that every no or every negative, how can I utilize that to actually jump up and do 2 more calls. So if I say 1 no, how am I going to get yes is next 2 more calls instead of 1 more call. So channelizing that negative energy into a positive way would help. But I agree with what you said is people are resistant, and it's only the communication or a different type of conversation about their growth which they can see will help them join sales.
True.
Fantastic, Rita. I think you've given excellent points. Like while you are recruiting for sales, show them more empathy, and I think besides empathy, show them more opportunities and the way that their career will treat, and also I think tell them that you're going to handhold them while they become an expert in sales, or while they learn how to be the perfect salesperson. I think very valid points, and thank you for putting it across so well.
And just to add one more thing, sorry. When we talk about sales, we focus more on customers or that order or that number that has come. If we start focusing on how many relationships have they developed and how have they grown, the sales people, it may be a little slow process, but it will give a very exponential result.
Absolutely. I think showing them the bigger picture of it will help.
Yeah, I want to just add a bit here. Something that struck me when Sangeeta was sharing this. A challenge that I feel I'm currently going through is between me and the next level, there is a lot of gap in the number of years of experience. And this is in all humility. This is not out of any realm of, imagined arrogance. When you work for so long in the corporate world, there is a certain way you operate. There are certain things which are given. You know how to do this very easily. With the younger lot, which is how we seem to be at the moment, and I tried this with the older ones and it didn't work. So my entrepreneurial venture has been filled with experiments there, and it's mucking up more often than not. But with the next level, I feel in the absence of someone else managing them, my bandwidth is completely choked. So my challenge really, I think, is to step one level above where I am operating. You get what I mean, right? Actually step up one level above where I am operating, so that I don't have to dummy myself down to their level. I'm actually contemplating having another level in here so that the whole lot of guys can report into them and then comes in. But then there is the entire founder mindset. They want to be closer, to those who running the organization. So it's a double whammy there for us. But this is indeed a challenge that I'm going through.
Yeah, right. I think makes sense. Thank you for
Thank you.
sharing this. Another big challenge that startups face is retaining talent. So while you have recruited, they have worked for you, say for an year or so.
Yeah, absolutely.
They want to move to brands, or they want to move because of a higher package. Now, what can be done there?
It is definitely a challenge, and I've been there too. What has worked for me is most of my team are already consulting folks. They could be in the big fours, the big sixes, the big eights. So they understand consulting. They choose to move to a smaller niche setup like ours consciously because they are not enjoying, the kind of, maybe the length of projects, the breadth of
Pressure,
projects, a whole lot of work pressure, absolutely. Organization politics, can't directly get to decision makers, the client decides very many things. Here it's more personal, they are free, they travel the world. I have a team now who's doing a 4 or 5 day routine for a large insurance organization now. So I think there maybe figuring this out helps. You can't really wish that away, because ultimately, they will go. So hiring maybe for the right elements is probably what is helpful. In fact, I was joking with a founder recently that maybe once a year is when we will get 1 star. So if you want 10 stars in the team, wait up for 10 years, because वैसे ही होता है, 10 लोगों को hire करो, maybe just one is what pops out as talent. It is indeed a challenge. You will have to try very many things, trial and errors to figure this out, but I'm still a work in progress, figuring this out.
Right. Sangeeta, you have people working for you for more than 6 years, 12 years. What have you done that they stick?
For the retentionship, I must tell you, what I am doing currently is I have given a straight 10% hike every year, which is not even happening in corporate. So I give a straight 10% hike every year, so they are sure of their increment without even asking for it.
Okay.
So that is confirmed. Nobody has to come forward and ask for it. They get it on their due date, the day they have joined. Number one. Number two, I have a very close and personal touch with everyone, in a way that twice a year I ensure and call their family, and we do some sort of a get together. We sometimes go for just a small lunch together or go for a movie, but I ensure to spend at least 1 full day with them. Whatever is a daily routine for us probably is exceptionally different for them. They feel really good. They really feel connected. Their families feel connected with the organization. So even if the person is taking a decision that I want to quit, the family influences their decision and says, "You've got such a wonderful boss. How can you think about leaving?" So, "Ma'am, jaisi ma'am to kahin ho hi nahi sakti hai." So she is so loving. She is so affectionate. So women like us need to play diplomatic sometime, and believe me, I do this. Besides this, I have, although it's a very small expense, but I celebrate everyone's birthday in my office. So it keeps them motivated, it keeps them connected. They themselves, entire team also doesn't get much time to interact, but there's a specific day, it's someone's birthday, so we all are going to be there. No one is going to leave for their assignment or something. So we can spare these minutes and moments for our team, wherein they are felt they are important for us. They are wanted in the organization. We value them. And these small little things, I think, has added on so much in my professional growth. If I see, I have started from 50,000 rupees, it was a small capital, and within this 10 years, I have built asset worth more than 12 crores. And
Wow.
this all is because of my team only, and I'm really, really very proud of them. And currently, just yesterday itself, I have opened a new retail outlet wherein I'm supposed to open it in the morning at 9:30 and it has to be open until 8:30. I can dare to do this because I've got excellent people working for me.
Very nice, very nice. I think this is a great advice and a great lesson you can get from Sangeeta. What I have been able to understand from it, and that this will help you also, that be connected, make them feel as they are part of a family and not a team, and that's very important. Even if you see great organizations doing very well, big ones, they have a culture. No matter what level you are, they make you feel celebrated, they make you feel you are at home, and that this is your growth is my growth. The company make you feel that while you grow, I grow.
We are in this
And
together.
you have an example from Sangeeta wherein she's grown many folds because she has created a team which works for her, and the families also feel so bonded that somewhere they also influence the decision making. Awesome, Sangeeta. Keep it up.
Thank
And
you.
we need more organizations who are small but they think big. For me, this is thinking big. Thinking big is not about numbers in terms of just the revenues. It's thinking big in terms of how much impact as a person, as an entrepreneur, you can make on your ecosystem. Very well done, Sangeeta. Rita, What is your advice to women entrepreneurs on finding and retaining the talent?
So when it comes to retaining, finding or retaining, I strongly believe it's a relationship. You'll stay in an organization, and as very rightly told by Sangeeta also, where you feel wanted, where you feel you are one of them, where you experience the fulfillment, the joy of doing something. And the most important thing, as a human being, we have a need to grow. So it need not be financial growth in any aspects. Growing as a person, even giving recognition is a growth. Scaling up, I mean, a 10% increase, what Sangeeta is speaking about, is also a growth in terms of financial numbers. For any relationship to happen, if I'm a women entrepreneur, I will look at how can I give to the other person. We need to focus on how can I add value to my employees. How can I add value to the improve the culture of the organization, to see that they grow, to maybe create the path of next level for them. And in whatever way I can add more value to them, definitely there is going to be a stronger relationship where the need to stay connected will always be there, and the retention will be lower. Percentage of retention will be much lower.
Thank you so much for sharing, and I'm sure if you're watching this, it will be very helpful for you to see the entire episode and understand what are the things that you can do to create culture and create a more impact as an entrepreneur, because this journey is not only about earning your numbers and creating a big company eventually. It is about impact, it's about changing lives, and it's about how can you build value as an entrepreneur. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us, and we had a great discussion. Look forward to have you again.
One thing that I wanted to add is,
Sure.
yeah, one of the greatest advantage, I work with women, and I do Superwoman Unleashed program. Now, what I have experienced with women is we are far more balanced species as compared to men, with all due respect to men. And secondly, there is an emotional strong connect. Now, as a women entrepreneur, because we are emotionally more connected to people, that is the greatest asset for us to be able to hire people and retain people, if we use it rightfully.
Totally agree with you, Rita. We have got so many things which are really, good, and we need to embrace and use them as entrepreneurs in our businesses as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ladies, for being on the show. We look forward to have you again.
Pleasure is all ours. Thank you.
Nice meeting all of you.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
See you again.